So you've come to realize the fact that what society told you about life wasn't necessarily accurate. Going to school didn't mean you could get into the best university, and getting into the best university didn't even mean you could get a good job. And now, having a stable job doesn't even really exist, given the economic climate in today's day and age. And this is why I keep telling people to try and avoid the standard routes that are laid out for you. Now, my name's Tor, and in this video, I'm going to discuss the premise of whether going to university and getting a job and going down that standard route is the easiest path of life. In a previous video, I discussed why a lot of people like to stay in mediocrity and live what I would consider perhaps a mundane lifestyle, and many others would consider it a mundane lifestyle also. But of course, that's entirely subjective. Now, in that video, the idea was saying that people tend to follow the path that is laid out for them. Whatever has been laid out for them, advised to them, they'll just follow that path. And as human beings, we take it on as a belief that that is the path that we have to follow. Now, this is the thing. There is no path that any human being has to follow in life. There never has been, and there never will be. Everything that we experience in society today has been laid out by somebody else who once believed that that was the correct path to go down. The education system, getting a job, getting a mortgage, money in of itself, the concept of money in of itself is something that somebody believed would be the most logical and rational way to construct a society, and it's then been carried out ever since. Right, now understand that idea. Now the idea makes sense because people have adopted the idea, billions of people have adopted these ideas around the world, which implies that yes, the idea most likely is one that holds and works to some degree. However, what we need to realize as human beings is that we're not fixed. We don't have fixed mindsets, we have expansive mindsets. And what society does is it fixes your mindset to a very limited way of thinking. It makes you believe that in order to live a fulfilled life, you need to go down a certain route, or you need to do a certain thing, or you need to work a certain way and function in a certain way, get a certain degree, get a certain job within a specific time scale. And all of these kind of things. Those are all beliefs that society places in front of you, and it's up to you whether you choose to accept or reject those beliefs. Most people will choose to accept the beliefs that are given to them. And if you accept the belief that university and getting a job and going down that route is the easiest path for you, then it will be the easiest path for you. If you accept that belief, then that's what it will be. If you think that there's other paths that you could go down, which there are millions of different routes, there's infinite routes that someone could take to experience their life the way that they want to live it. If you're open to that premise that there's infinite ways that you could bring to fruition that it is that you wish to experience, then your reality will reflect that. Because every single time that you go out to achieve something, you'll be thinking from a place of abundance, because you have an abundance of thought. And we are nothing more than our thoughts. So whatever we think and what we can perceive and what we can believe about reality is what we will experience, because our mind now is wired to think and look for that thing. If your mind is wired to think and look for the fact that I need to work a certain job in order to get a certain career, then that's exactly what will happen. That is exactly what will happen. I used to think that way before in the past, that there was a certain route that I had to go down or certain ways that I had to make things work. However, whenever it's come to fruition, it's always come to fruition for me in a way that was completely unpredictable. From the way I make money now to the way I do my work, my daily work, to the way I live my life, to where I'm living, all these kind of things, they're all things that I could never have predicted if I'd kept my mindset fixed. And that's why I say the easiest path to life is to just have an abundance of thought and to say to yourself, there's many different ways I can go down. It's okay for me to go down one particular route, let's say university. It's okay for me to go down that route and study a degree. That's perfectly fine. However, I need to recognize that this is not the be all and end all. If I was to fail my degree or not finish university, there's an abundance of options out there. Now, what happens to most people is, let's say they fail a degree or they drop out of university. They'll have their friends and family now come and tell them, you're a failure, you've not done the right thing, you've not gone down the right route, and all this kind of stuff. And then what happens as a result of that is they adopt the beliefs that people have spawned on them, that they are failing in life. And that's what plays out. It's not the decision they made to leave. The decision they made to leave didn't actually mean anything. It didn't hold any weight. It was the moment they adopted the belief that that decision held weight, was when it then finally did hold weight. So what people need to realize here is that there is no easiest path. There are infinite paths to bring to fruition that which it is that you want to experience. Take one route that you have faith in going down. Take that one route that you feel is the correct route for you, but be open to other ideas. Be open to the idea that you may have to take a few years out from working. Be open to the idea that you may have to go a year with no income. Be open to the idea that you may fail your degree. Be open to the idea that you may start a business and it might fail and you may go bankrupt. Be open to those ideas. Be open to them. Embrace them. And get used to the idea of being what many would consider uncomfortable, because that is the exact moment you're going to be able to break free of the cycle of mediocrity. And that's exactly how you're going to find the easiest path for you. When you find a way that you can be comfortable being uncomfortable, then you found that easy path.